Why you don't have a flat stomach? You eat too much. You eat way past what it takes to make your stomach just full. A lot of people, they're like eating 4, 5, 6 times a day, not looking at the calories that are in anything. In fact, most people don't know how to count calories, so they have these overinflated senses of how healthy they're eating, when in actuality they're not eating healthily at all. I just had this one plate of rice with chicken, so like I've only eaten 300 calories, when the rice serving alone can be 600. See, a fist, you see how my fist is? This is 200 calories of rice, or a tennis ball is 200. So think of the rice portion that you eat on average. Is it bigger than a tennis ball? Well then, my dear, these meals that you think you're having that are like 200 calories, that's ridiculous on its own. They're not. That's it. A lot of people don't measure the weight of the items when they go online and they're like, how many calories is in such and such? First of all, calories are an estimate. They're just an estimate as to how much they think is in this thing. There's no like 100% surefire way to know. Like, all of these things are estimates. When it comes to burning calories as well, you need to not focus on the number that is estimated that you would have burned. Because first of all, again, you have people making up ridiculous numbers. Like, they think that because they walked for an hour, they burnt 3,000 calories. Walking for an hour isn't even 300. Bro, if you've ever closed your little fitness ring thingy, unless you are walking very fast, you're not burning 300 in an hour. Footballers in a match aren't even burning the amount of calories that some of you are saying you're burning in a day while not being able to lose weight. It's because you're not burning them. It's because you don't know how to count them. And it's because the amount you've burned is just an estimate, and so it shouldn't be factored into what you're eating. Let's say you were going to maintain a deficit, a very small one, 1,800. That's the one I have actually. But yeah, let's say you're maintaining a very small deficit like that. You're not taking into account what you burnt. That number that you think you burnt, or that the app says you burnt, has nothing to do with the amount you're consuming. Don't put them together, because that's why people are gaining so much weight, because that number is a very shaky estimate. Yeah, that number is a very shaky estimate. So you can't just rely on it. Because I worked out today, I can eat a full 2,000 calories or 2,100 or 200. No. That's only supposed to be for in case. In case you accidentally ate over, don't panic. It's not really, you're not actually supposed to just be casually eating over the number, because everything in life is actually a slippery slope, right? We all think we have way more self-control than we do. If you start casually eating 2,100 calories, you will eventually go to 2,200, 300, 400, and you'll be back to where you started. Oh yeah, here's an important thing. I'm not sure if I'll move this to the beginning of the video or not, but most people... why did I just forget? A lot of women don't even need like a true caloric deficit, because what was going on was that they were eating well above 2,000 calories a day in the first place. So your deficit is actually you just actually eating the right amount of calories. Like, if you're someone who's wearing like a medium, large, extra large, then yeah, you need to start slow. You need to start with the basics, which is just actually eating that daily recommended amount. But this is the main reason. It's because you don't know. Number one, you're relying too much on estimates. And number two, you don't really know what you're counting. You're not counting accurately. You did not eat 1,500 calories in a day. And you definitely did not burn 3,000 calories in a day from walking for an hour and a half. I know I'm not that great at staring into the camera, but look at me. You didn't. Do you know how I know you didn't? Because if you did, you would be slim by now. And if you were burning 3,000 calories a day, you would be exhausted. Do you know how much time it would take for you to burn 3,000? If you hiked up a very big hill for an hour, you might get somewhere near 1,000. Yet these numbers are a lot lower than the estimates that some of you are making. I feel like people are just making these estimates based off of how high their heart rate is. Hi, yeah, because I just remembered something, but I already put my tripod away. I don't think a lot of you realize how hard it would actually be to eat just 1,000 or even 1,500 calories a day. Yeah, especially if you're someone who has a big appetite. Like, lucky for me, I don't, but this is another way that I know that a lot of people are not eating these numbers. But I mean, the main way is just we can see it. Because like I said, if you were eating that amount and burning the amount that you said you are, you cannot be the size that you are. Someone who burns that many calories a day while only eating that many calories a day is a very small person. There's no way around it. There's no way around the science. The only way around the science would be for you to manifest the result, and you're not doing that either. Eating is to subdue your appetite. It is not for you to just continuously go and go and go because you want to taste something. When you just want to taste something, you take a little bit of that thing. When you want to taste some Skittles, you take a small handful that can fill like this much of your palm. You don't take the whole bag and go. Try it. Like, oh, I hate when I'll give someone this advice and then they'll turn around and tell me that, oh, but what if I don't have self-control? Then you won't be thin. That's it. You won't be thin. Either you're going to develop the self-control through trial and error. Sometimes you actually have to stand there with an item and tell yourself to drop it a bunch of times. Like, drop it. Beg yourself. You don't need it. Drop it, please. Drop it. It's okay. Tomorrow is there. You can eat this tomorrow. Sometimes that's what you have to do to develop that self-control. Self-control ain't built in a day. Same as how Rome weren't built in a day. Unlike SpongeBob when he was going to Sandy's house for the first time and didn't realize that the tree dome don't have any water. And so he needs the water to survive. You don't need those Skittles to survive. Take a few Skittles. I'm not saying don't eat any. I'm not one of them people who tell you, oh, your diet has to be 100% clean. No, I don't believe in that, but you don't need all the Skittles. Leave the Skittles alone. It's okay. It's okay, yes? Yes. In conclusion, you have to learn to count your calories. Learn to focus more on being active than counting the estimate number of how active you are. And learn some portion control.